I remember the exact second my heart stopped. It wasn't dramatic. No slow-motion montage. No final, profound thought about life. Just the sharp crack of plasma fire tearing through the hull of our dropship, the violent spin toward the burning surface of Kethra, 9, and the sickening impact that crushed metal, bone, and hope in one brutal instant. Then silence. I had been Captain Aaron Vale of the Terran Expeditionary Fleet, assigned to investigate strange energy readings from the abandoned mining world orbiting a blue dwarf star. We expected pirates. We did not expect extinction. Kethra, 9 had once been a profitable colony, until miners began disappearing in sealed shafts. Entire teams vanished without distress calls. Automated systems recorded nothing except sudden, catastrophic life sign drops. The official cause was structural collapse. The unofficial rumor was something else. Something that fed. When our ship arrived in orbit, we detected vast underground networks not listed in colonial schematics, organic in structure, like veins spread beneath the crust. We descended anyway, because that's what humans do when faced with the unknown. We descend. The crash ended that curiosity. I remember trying to crawl free from the wreckage. My squad was silent, too silent. Smoke filled the air. Emergency lights flickered. Then shadows moved where no shadows should exist.
Tall, pale,
Watching. My vision blurred. My chest burned with every attempt at breath. And then darkness swallowed everything. I was dead. I know I was. Because I felt the cold. 2. The crying creature. When I opened my eyes, the first thing I noticed was warmth. That alone confused me. Death, I had always imagined, would be cold and empty. Instead, I felt warmth beneath my head. Softness. A rhythmic vibration like a heartbeat, not mine because mine had stopped. Light filtered through crystalline structures above me. We were no longer inside the wreckage. We were underground, and someone was holding me. I tried to move. Pain exploded through my body, sharp and immediate. A soft sound escaped my throat. The figure above me froze. Then she leaned closer. Her face came into focus slowly, as if my mind struggled to process what it saw. Skin like moonlight, almost translucent. Eyes deep crimson, rimmed with silver luminescence. Dark hair cascading over her shoulders in waves that shimmered faintly as if threaded with stardust.
and fangs.
2 delicate, unmistakable fangs protruded from her upper jaw. She was crying. Tears, clear, luminous, fell onto my chest. "You breathe," she whispered, voice trembling. "You should not, but you do." I tried to speak. My throat felt like sandpaper. "Am I dead?" Her lips parted slightly, revealing those fangs more clearly. "You were," she said. My brain stalled. "Were." She nodded slowly. "I brought you back." 3. The Children of the Void. Her name was Lyrith. Her species called themselves the Varelians. The galaxy called them vampires. They were not undead. They were not mythical. They were something far older. According to Lyrith, the Varelians evolved in darkness, on a world orbiting a fading star where sunlight was scarce and cosmic radiation abundant. Their bodies adapted to draw energy not just from nutrients, but from bioelectric fields of living organisms. Blood, she explained gently, was merely the most efficient carrier. They did not feed indiscriminately. They chose carefully. At least, they once had. Kethra, 9, she revealed, was not abandoned. It was claimed. The missing miners had not been killed out of cruelty, but necessity. The Varelians' homeworld had been destroyed centuries ago. They survived by hiding in forgotten systems, feeding sparingly from isolated populations. until the mining colony expanded too close to their underground sanctuaries. Fear led to aggression. Aggression led to massacre. And you? I asked weakly. She looked away. I opposed it. That explained the tears. You saved me, I said. Yes. Why? Her crimson eyes met mine. Because when you lay dying, you were not afraid. I almost laughed, but the pain stopped me. I was absolutely afraid. Not of us, she corrected. She was right. In those final moments, I had feared only the dark, not the shapes within it. 4. The cost of resurrection. Revival, I learned, was not simple. Lyrith had given me her blood. Varelian blood carried regenerative properties, capable of reactivating cellular death under precise conditions. It was rare, dangerous, forbidden to share with other species. Why forbidden? I asked. Because it binds, she said quietly. Binds. You are alive because my essence flows within you. That explained the strange sensations beneath my skin, subtle pulses of warmth, heightened awareness, and unfamiliar clarity to my senses. I could hear distant echoes in the tunnels, feel vibrations in stone. You changed me, I realized. Yes. Into what? She hesitated. Something between. The hunt begins. Our fragile understanding was shattered by a tremor that shook the cavern. Lyrith stiffened. They have found us. Who? My kind. The Varelian elders had detected the surge of energy used to resurrect me. To them, I was an abomination, a contamination. They will kill you, she said. And you? Her gaze hardened. They will try. We fled through the subterranean labyrinth. The tunnels were vast, grown rather than carved, ribbed with organic structures that pulsed faintly. Behind us, shadows moved swiftly. The hunters. Unlike Lyrith, they showed no hesitation. They were taller, armored in natural chitin-like plating, eyes glowing brighter crimson. One dropped from the ceiling ahead of us, blocking our path. You have violated the covenant, it hissed at Lyrith. You gave blood to prey. He is not prey, she replied. He is weakness. The hunter lunged. I reacted without thinking. Energy surged through me, instinctive, violent. My hand connected with its chest, and a shockwave blasted it backward into the cavern wall. We both stared at my hand. That is new, I muttered. Lyritha's eyes widened. My blood awakened more than life, she whispered. 6 between species. We reached an abandoned mining shaft and sealed the entrance. For a moment, we were alone. What did you do to me? I asked. I do not fully know, she admitted. Varelian blood enhances what already exists. Strength, perception, will. And if I lose control, you will not. You're very confident. She stepped closer. I can feel you, she said softly. Through the bond. That word again. Bond. I sense no hunger, she continued. Only confusion. Good, I replied. Because I'm not interested in draining anyone. A faint smile touched her lips. Nor am I. For the first time since waking, I saw something beyond sorrow in her expression. Hope. 7 surface of ruin. We reached the surface by dawn. Kethra 9's sky burned blue, with the dwarf star's harsh light. The wreckage of our dropship lay twisted nearby. No survivors. My chest tightened. I am sorry, Lyrith said quietly. I nodded. The Terran fleet would notice our silence soon. But if they came blindly, they would encounter the Varelian hunters and respond with orbital bombardment. Total war. We need to stop this before it escalates, I said. You would protect my people? She asked, surprised. I'd protect both. She studied me carefully. You are strange for a human, I've been told. 8. The Elder's Judgment. Lyrith insisted on confronting the Varelian elders directly. Running will only delay death, she said. We descended once more, this time toward the central chamber where the oldest of her kind resided. Massive crystalline pillars rose from the cavern floor, pulsating with stored bioenergy. At their center hovered 3 ancient Varelians, their forms elongated, eyes glowing with centuries of accumulated power. You return, one intoned, and you bring your corruption. Lyrith stepped forward. He is not corruption. He is proof. Proof of weakness. Proof that coexistence is possible, she countered. Laughter, cold and echoing, filled the chamber. You gave him blood, another elder said. He will hunger. I do not, I interjected. They turned their gaze upon me. The weight of it pressed against my skull. Human, the first elder said. What do you feel? I closed my eyes briefly. Alive, I answered. More than before, but not hungry. Silence stretched. Then you are unstable, the elder concluded. Unpredictable. Dangerous. So are you, I shot back. Lyrith tensed beside me. You hide in shadows and call it survival, I continued. But fear doesn't sustain civilizations. Cooperation does. Bold words for someone standing before ancient predators. Yet I meant them. The elders exchanged silent signals. Your fleet approaches, one said at last. My heart dropped. How long? Minutes. 9, the choice. The Terran fleet emerged in orbit like a steel horizon. If they detected hostile movement from below, they would fire. The elders prepared to unleash their full strength, energy capable of crippling orbiting ships. This ends now, Lyrith said suddenly. Before anyone could react, she stepped into the central energy stream and opened her veins with a single slash of her claw. Lyrith, I shouted. Her luminous blood flowed into the crystalline pillars. A wave of warmth spread outward, upward, piercing the planet's crust and radiating into orbit. The Terran sensors would detect it as a signal, not a weapon, a beacon. I felt the bond flare between us, stronger than ever. You cannot sustain this, an elder warned. I will, she said, voice strained, to show them we are not monsters. The elders hesitated. For the first time, uncertainty rippled through their ancient composure. I stepped beside her and placed my hand over hers. Energy surged through me, through us. The signal intensified. In orbit, Terran ships powered down their weapons. They were reading the transmission. Biometric data. Peaceful intent. The elders stared at the projection from orbit. Impossible, one whispered. Not impossible, I said. Just new. X, after the light. Hours later, negotiations began. Cautious. Fragile. Terran envoys descended under truce, guided by Lyrith and myself. The elders did not welcome them warmly, but they did not attack. It was a beginning. Days passed in tense discussion. Terms were drafted. Restricted zones. Regulated energy exchanges. Voluntary biodonation programs rather than forced feeding. Survival through consent, not fear. 11. What remains? When it was over, I stood once more beneath the cavern's glowing crystals. Lyrith approached quietly. You could leave, she said. Return to your fleet. And you? I remain. I studied her pale, luminous face, the tears gone, replaced by cautious strength. You saved me, I said. You saved us. I smiled faintly. Guess we're even. She stepped closer. The bond between us hummed softly. You woke after death, she whispered. And I was crying. Are you still? I asked gently. She shook her head.
No.
Outside, the blue dwarf star burned bright against the black. Life had ended for me once on Kethra 9. But in waking to find an alien vampire woman weeping over my body, I had discovered something unexpected. Not horror, not hunger, but connection. The universe is vast and merciless. Yet even in its darkest corners, beneath forgotten worlds and fading stars, compassion can bloom. And sometimes death is not an ending. It is an awakening.